Hello guys, this is me, Ace, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different in this video. Today I'm going to be talking about how to tell real friends from fake friends, and discussing what is popularity. Because nowadays, it really seems like a lot of people they just honestly fucking think that you need to be accepted in the eyes of other people for you to, get somewhere in life, when really, it's not really about that. Because what is the point of actually doing good things for people when they don't do anything for you besides use you for that only purpose? There isn't. I mean, maybe you might feel better about yourself at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, you are the one being laughed at. They do not care about you. All they care about is just using you for their own self-gain. Like, some people I've seen use it for, emotional, just to make themselves feel better. Like, what I mean by make themselves feel better is, some days, there are people out there who can feel lonely, and that they just think that they can have one person to themselves 24/7, and whenever they're not with them, they always complain. Most of you people know who I'm talking about, and if you don't, that's fine. But there are too many people who do that, and the good people are suffering because of it. And the thing is, I'm here to help you find out the difference between friends and not actual friends. People who use you just for their own personal gain, and people who actually are there for you. And because there are nice people out there, they're all suffering against the people who just use them. Some days I feel like one of them, but I'm actually not the nicest person, because I was able to figure out who uses me and who doesn't. Unfortunately, others haven't. So, today I'll help you discuss how to find out who's who. So, let's say you're in a situation where you have a good friend, or in your eyes you think they're a good friend. The thing is that, let's say you want to hang out with someone, and you're hanging out with them, but what ends up happening is that the person who you think is your good friend starts complaining about you hanging out with them. So, let me add names to this, alright? So let's say, for an instance, your name is John. Now, John, you're a nice guy. You like to help other people. Except you're friends with a person named, I don't know, how about, Karen. Pretty fitting, I know. But let's say you're friends with a person named Karen, and then you want to hang out with your best friend, whose name could be Zach. And then Karen starts complaining about how you want to be there with them. And, well, you can't, because you want to hang out with them for once. Now, you'd think that wouldn't be so much to ask, but then they start complaining about shit that ain't true, like how you never hang out with them or anything like that. When really, you try to hang out with them as much as you can, but they end up still not appreciating it, even though they totally should. That's just life, my friends. That is just life. But listen, you don't have to be one of those suckers who always tries to suck up to another one. All for what? Popularity? Maybe something else? Maybe because you actually feel bad for these people and you want to help them, when really, they're only going to hurt you. You need to find out who those people are. So let's say John owns a car, and he's always giving people rides, but they never pay him back for that rides, and then they always complain. The people who he's given rides to, like, let's say Karen, is complaining about it because she needs to be somewhere else. First of all, if you and John wanted to hang out with one of their other friends who they could have hung out with for a while. Apple, because of Karen wanting to be back at a specific time and gas being so expensive nowadays, now John is going to have to drop everyone back off at home, and then finally Karen, who she's already complaining about. Does that sound fair? Really, the only person who benefits from that is Karen. She's the only person who actually benefits, because John cares so much about her and his friends that at the end of the day, he really wants everyone to be happy. But you can always try your hardest, but some days you'll just have to realize that you can't just make everyone happy. Some days there will be people who you can't satisfy. Trust me. I know. And you just want to help out everyone that you can, but at the end of the day, you're just going to hurt yourself more than anyone else. Because sometimes John might be on a tight paycheck. Like, let's say they're working out, no, Domino's or something. Or hell, maybe even Burger King. You're only working minimum wage. You can't be driving everyone around whenever they want. And hell, sometimes it can affect your sleep. Like, let's say John's going out with his parents to eat. And then Karen calls again, asking for John to give him a ride, even though it's really late at night. And the day before, Karen asked for a ride already. John should not have to deal with that. If anything, Karen needs to find out her own way to get her own ride. But the thing is, John really cares about everyone. For some, it's a good thing. For others, like John, it can be a real burden. You should never have to sacrifice yourself to help other people. That will only bring you down in life. And at the end of the day, that's not a good way to go. What's the point in helping other people if all they're going to do is just hurt you? If they just want to hog you all to themselves because they say that they love you. No, they don't love you. They just want your affection. They just want to know that someone accepts them all the time, so that way they don't feel lonely in life. That's good. That's good. If you want to help them and make sure that they don't feel like that, like a piece of junk or anything like that, that's good to help them. But you need to let them know that you won't be around all the time. For John, Karen has to be a real clingy person. So, that's not John's fault that she's super clingy. Karen needs to find other people to hang out with, though. Because John won't always be around all the time. Eventually, John will get another life. He will have a family to take care of. He will have a loving wife and kids. Unless if he's a basement dweller. So, it's very unfair for John that he has to deal with Karen because she wants to feel accepted. John should not have to do that. And I'm sure most of you guys can agree. John shouldn't have to help other people who don't even help them. It doesn't make any sense. You should always help people, but make sure that they will help you, too. Make sure that you're not just giving them a one-way thing. Granted, then again, you should not always expect a payback, but at least, if you do it for a while, you should get some kind of personal gain out of it. You might not always, but you need to stop putting yourself in harm's way just so another person can feel better about themselves. Because at the end of the day, all you're doing is hurting yourself, and that's no good. And sometimes they may be doing it for, let's say, Kevin. He's helping out this other woman named Trisha. Or maybe a guy named Jack. John, or whoever his name was. Kevin wants to be accepted by other people for popularity. But what is popularity? The acceptance from other people in their own eyes? No, that's not. Why would you want that? Acceptance from other people who outside of life you would not even know. I could get if you're friends, because friends aren't supposed to just use you. Friends are supposed to help each other and be there for each other. You're not supposed to do that. Popularity is just blindness. It won't help you anything. Popularity shouldn't even matter to people, but it does. Because they like the feeling of being accepted by other people. But who cares? Why should you care about other people accepting you? You should just accept yourself for who you are and stand up for yourself. Because not every day will you be able to save Karen or Trisha or Jack. You will have to save yourself. If they want you to hurt yourself, to spend your own money on them, then you shouldn't do it. That's not what friends do. Friends are there for each other. Like me, I have a good friend. He's always there for me. He's a great guy. Of course, he was in a relationship too. Poor guy, man. The only thing that benefited was from her. She was the only one who benefited. The thing is that he was getting abused. Maybe not physically, but mentally he was getting abused. Remember, guys, it's not always physical abuse. It can also be mental. And even though it may hurt feminazis to hear me say it, but men have feelings too. It's okay to expose them. You shouldn't have to hide them from other people. Because if you do, you're just going to hurt yourself worse. If you keep all that pent up, you will eventually break. Which is not good. You do not want to break. Because if you reach that breaking point, there's a good chance there is no turning back from that point. It will be over for you. You will snap, and you may possibly hurt other people who you don't actually want to hurt. You may want to help people, but if you continue helping people so much that it hurts you, you are just going to end up hurting yourself way more than you should. Which, the amount you should hurt yourself should be 0. You shouldn't hurt yourself for other people. For what? Popularity. That's not good. You shouldn't want popularity. Popularity is fool's gold. It's worthless. You should think about life, like what you want to do. And not, you can help other people, but make sure that they don't use you as a stepping stone. Think of life as a big mountain, and you try to help someone up. You help them up, you push them above you, and then they kick you down. That's not good. There are those types of people out there who you need to watch out for. Because they are like snakes in the grass. They will catch you and eat you. And they'll make sure that it was painful too. They may act very nice to you. They may seem very innocent. But they, my friend, they are going to hurt you worse than you can imagine. Because at the end of the day, all they want is to help themselves. To hog the person all to themselves. If, like, let's say Joe gets a girlfriend or a boyfriend, I don't judge, and then he ends up hanging out with Karen more often. Do you see the bad? And then he doesn't mean it, but accidentally he hurts their companion and then loses them. No one should have to go through that. No one should have to bend over sideways so that way someone else could get the goods. No one should have to do that. Which is why you shouldn't have friends like that. All they want to do is hurt you. Excuse me, I have a fucking cold. You should hurt. It's good to have people as, but you need to find out who's the when you find that person, you gotta eliminate them from your life. I'm not saying kill them. I'm saying stop hanging out with them because they will do nothing but hurt you. And I'm pretty sure no one wants that in life. No one would want to hurt themselves in life. And in the end of the day, Joe may lose his own girlfriend or boyfriend because he decides to hang out with Kevin Moore or Karen Moore because he wants to be accepted. He wants to be popular. Popularity is nothing. It's not going to help you in life. Because if Joe is still in school and he's going for the quote-unquote popular kids, that's not going to do you any good in life. Popularity is only the acceptance in other people's eyes, when really, you shouldn't worry about what they think. You should worry about what you think. Because deep down inside, you know that you truly do love yourself. And you don't want to kill yourself either. No one wants to kill themselves. Trust me. There's people out there who joke about it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, or like, it is a bad thing that, like, jokes are funny, alright? Jokes are cool. I make jokes all the time, you guys should know that, if you watch my other videos. But anyways, jokes are funny and all, but don't actually commit suicide. There are people out there who will fucking miss you. You may not see them, but there are people out there who care, who truly do love you. Everyone has someone, at least one person who fucking cares about you. And you care about them. And you shouldn't have to hurt yourself just for other people. It doesn't make any sense. You would never want to hurt yourself for popularity. Because popularity is a death sentence. I hope some people find this and make good use of it. And I wasn't just sitting here for 19 minutes ranting about nothing. But remember, always stay positive and don't hurt yourself for other people, because that's something you should never, ever fucking do. You need to find those people and eradicate them from your life. Not kill them, but get them out of your life and don't talk to them. that's it for this. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope someone can make good use of this. Goodbye.